Video number 93 from MythoReligio series, Book 4. Ancient Sky Gazers, Travelers, or Aliens? Part 2. In MesoAmerica, Africa, Europe, and Turkey. Dear fellow truth seekers, in my last video I have shared information concerning the possibility that the Giza Pyramids builders had much higher astronomical knowledge than currently told by historians. In this video, I am sharing further information from various artifacts around the world that seem to prove that our so-called primitive ancestors had very high astronomical knowledge and that they might even have the ability to navigate the skies using flying machines and/or aliens had visited our planet in the distant past. The Mayan calendar. Main reference, Chariots of the Gods by Erich von Däniken. The Mayas in Mesoamerica left behind a fabulous calendar with incredible calculations. They knew the Venusian's year of 584 days and estimated the duration of the terrestrial year at 365.2420 days. The exact calculation today is 365.2422 days. They left behind time calculations to last for 64 million years. An electronic brain, i.e. sort of computer, could plausibly have calculated the famous Venusian formulae. At any rate, it would be difficult to envision that it originated from a jungle people. The Mayan calendar ended in December 21, 2012, which has been theorized to be the end of the world, especially by author Zecharia Sitchin and the Hollywood movie industry. Obviously, this theory is wrong. But actually, this date is simply the first day of another Mayan calendar cycle. The American astronomer Philip Plait has stated very clearly that the Mayan calendar does not end in 2012 at all. That it is like the odometer on your car, as each section of the odometer reaches 9 and then clicks over to 0. And when all the numbers again reach 0 all the way across the odometer, the last number will change from 1 to 2 and a new cycle starts all over again. Clearly, the world did not end at this date. But one thing is for sure, the Mayan calendar must have been made by people who had an advanced knowledge of astronomy. Whether these people were the Mayan people or the Mayan copied it from an older civilization, we do not know yet. The Dogon and the Sirius Star. Main reference, The Sirius Mystery by Robert Temple. Dogon is a name of a tribe that lives in Hombri Mountains near Timbuktu, the southwestern portion of the Sahara Desert in Africa. Central to their religious teachings are knowledge about the Sirius star system, which includes a star which is invisible to the naked eye, and in fact so difficult to observe even through a telescope that no known photographs were taken of it until 1970. The Dogons, however, do no claim of having a superior technology, but say they received their knowledge by visitors to the Earth from another star system. The star the Dogon described is Sirius B, apparently a white dwarf star. A dwarf star is a star of relatively small size and low luminosity. Astronomers of the modern era had begun to suspect something as early as 1844, based on irregularities in the movement of Sirius A. By 1862, a faint companion star was finally detected, and it was assumed that its extreme density and heaviness were sufficient to exert an influence on Sirius A. Long before this, the Dogon had already named Sirius B Po-Tolo, a name that includes the word for star, Tolo, and Po, the name of the smallest seed known to them. They had in fact described the star size by noting that it was the smallest thing there is. The Dogon's idea of a Sirius C, also known as Eme-Ya, is not proven to be correct until 1995. When two French astronomers published their results after years of study of what was apparently a small red dwarf star within the Sirius star system. The conclusion was based on perturbations in the orbits that could not be explained by any other means. Obviously, the Dogon was way ahead of modern astronomers. In addition to the Sirius system, the Dogon mythology includes knowledge of Saturn's rings and Jupiter's 4 major moons, none of which can be seen by the naked eye, and it was only by Galileo and later astronomers' telescopes that they can be seen. The Dogon also has long known that planets orbit around the Sun. The Nebra Sky Disk. The Nebra Sky Disk is a bronze disk of around 30 centimeters or 11.8 inches in diameter, with a blue-green patina, a thin layer that forms on the surface of bronze and other metals produced by oxidation, and inlaid with gold symbols. These are interpreted generally as a sun or full moon, a lunar crescent, and stars, including a cluster interpreted as Pleiades, a group of more than 800 stars located about 410 light-years from Earth in the constellation Taurus. 2 golden arcs along the sides, marking the angle between the solstices, the events when the Sun in the sky position in the furthest north on the 21st of June or further south at December 21st, were added later. In final addition was another arc at the bottom surrounded with multiple strokes of uncertain meaning, variously interpreted as a solar barge with numerous oars, as the Milky Way, or as a rainbow. The disk is attributed to a site near Nebra, Saxony-Anhalt in Germany, and associatively dated to circa 1600 BCE. It has been associated with the Bronze Age Unetese culture. The disk is unlike any known artistic style from the period, and had initially been suspected of being forgery, but it is now widely accepted as authentic. This disk is possibly an astronomical instrument as well as an item of religious significance. It is a beautiful object. The blue-green patina of the bronze may have been an intentional part of the original artifact. If authentic, the find reconfirms that the astronomical knowledge and abilities of the people of the European Bronze Age included close observation of the yearly course of the Sun and the angle between its rising and setting points at summer and winter solstice. Not much is known about the Nordic Bronze Age religion, since written sources are lacking. Most of the archaeological finds that we have from these people during this period are in the form of rock carvings that are scattered through northern Europe. So, how did these primitive rock carving people suddenly left us a detailed knowledge of the yearly solar cycle? The Piri Reis Map. At the beginning of the 18th century, ancient maps that belonged to an officer in the Turkish Navy, Admiral Piri Reis, were found in the Topkapi Palace. When these maps were examined by Mallory, an American cartographer, he confirmed that all the geographical data were present but not drawn in the right places. Then Mallory, together with another cartographer, constructed a grid and transferred the maps to a modern globe. The maps were absolutely accurate. The coasts of North and South America and even the contours of Antarctica were also precisely delineated on these maps. Not only that, the maps also showed the topography of the interiors. Mountain ranges, mountain peaks, islands, rivers, and plateaus were drawn with extreme accuracy. It is truly amazing, since the mountain ranges in the Antarctica were not discovered until 1952. These mountains have been covered in ice for hundreds of years, and our present-day maps have been drawn with the aid of echo-sounding apparatus. South America appeared stretched in this map, as it looks like on our modern photographs of our globe taken from satellites. According to author Eric von Däniken, these maps must have been taken from a very great height. Däniken theorized that these maps were copies from the original maps made by extraterrestrial astronauts a long time ago, and they were copied down until they finally came to the hands of Admiral Piri. Dear fellow truth seekers, in this video I am not going to share my personal theory yet. However, based on everything I have shared in this channel alone, I can confidently state that the chronology of humanity's prehistory is incorrect. Also, as time goes by, older and older findings keep on coming up to the surface. Therefore, it is safe to say that I think our prehistory is much, much older than what is told by conventional historians. I will share my personal theory when it is time to do so, after sharing all the information needed to draw a conclusion. At the meantime, allow me to thank you for watching and hope to see you in my next video.